Definition of non-singular linear map. See, we know very well what is non-singular. See, non-singular in determinant, we say determinant is not equal to 0, then matrix is non-singular. But here we are talking about non-singular mapping. So what is non-singular map? Simply we can say that uh, T, suppose T is any mapping, is a linear 1 1 and onto. If we have any mapping which is the linear 1 1 and onto, then we say that it is non-singular. If T is linear 1 1 onto, then we say that T is non-singular. Or simply what we can say, non-singular means its inverse exists. If determinant of any matrix is not equal to 0, what does it mean? It means that the given matrix has, see, if I have a matrix A and I am finding determinant, if I am getting its determinant in 0, then its inverse does not exist. But if its determinant is not equal to 0, then I can say that A inverses exist. Similarly, in the case of the mapping, if we have any mapping, suppose T, which is a linear, and this is 1 1 and onto, see how we can visualize it. Suppose this is one set, that it is a vector space U, and this is vector space V, and this is the mapping T. Suppose T is a mapping from U to V, so it is a linear. Okay, it is a linear with this. Suppose this have element U1, U2, U3, U4 and so on, and this has element like a V1, V2, V3, V4. If U1 maps to V1, U2 maps to V2, U3 maps to V3 and U4 maps to V4, then only we can say that the mapping is 1 1. And if every element of V has its pre-image, then we can say that the T is onto. If every element of domain has its pre-image and every element of codomain has its pre-image, then we can conclude that T inverses exist. Correct? So you can see this thing and this thing are like only. Using this you can remember this also, and somewhere you will find that these two are linked in any other exams. So just remember that if determinant is not equal to 0, then A inverse exists. Similarly, if any mapping is a linear 1 1 and onto, then also we can say that T is non-singular, and we will learn a theorem in which there is a statement in which it is given that if any mapping is a non-singular, then its inverse is exist. So then T inverse from V to U exists and is linear. So what I have already told you, that is only if we have any mapping T which is 1 1 and onto, then we say that the T is non-singular. If T is a non-singular, that means it is a 1 1 and onto. If it is a 1 1 and onto and it is a non-singular, so what is the definition of inverse? Inverse means if any mapping has pre-image, then we say that the mapping has its inverse mapping is exist. So here only it is given. So we have a new approach to see the questions, that if any mapping is a linear 1 1 and onto, then it is a non-singular, and every non-singular mapping has its inverse is exist, and if inverse is exist, then mapping is a non-singular. So we'll have a theorem using this definition. So let us see this theorem. A linear map T from U to V is non-singular if and only if there exists a linear map S from V to U such that Ts is equal to IV and St is equal to IU. In such a case, S is nothing but T inverse and T is nothing but S inverse. So in this theorem, it is stated that suppose we have any linear mapping T which is from U to V is a non-singular mapping, then we have to prove that mapping will be non-singular if and only if its inverses exist, because there exists a linear map S, and S is a which type of mapping? S is nothing but T inverse. So which we have find definition earlier, that is only the statement of the theorem which we have to prove. So let us start its proof. Let T from U to V be a non-singular linear map. Therefore, from the definition of non-singular linear map, we can conclude that T from U to V. What is the definition of non-singular map? That is, map should be, okay, non-singular, okay, linear map is already given. So T is a non-singular, linear map is given. So we have to prove for any mapping that mapping should be linear, it should be 1, 1 and it should be onto. Then we can say that mapping is a non-singular. So here we can say that T is a non-singular, therefore T is a mapping from U to V is 1, 1 and onto. So T is a 1, 1 and onto. If T is a 1, 1 and onto, then the inverse of T, suppose I am giving it name as S, because S is mentioned in the question, so I write T inverse as S. So S will be mapping from V to U. It will exist, surely it will exist, because T is a 1, 1 and onto. If any mapping is 1, 1 and onto, then its inverses exist. So, and Ts will be IV and St will be IU. So what is IV and IU? IV is nothing but, if T is any mapping and S is its inverse, then T into T inverse is nothing but identity mapping. So this is the composition of Ts, that is S to T. So we are writing IV, and this is the composition of St, that is from T to S. So we are writing as IU. Now this implies first part of the theorem we have proven. Now we have to prove second part of the theorem. So conversely, let S and T exist with the properties stated, that is Ts is nothing but IV and product of St is nothing but IU. I hope you understand the meaning of IV and IU, or let us I explain it again. Suppose product of Ts means this is mapping T, U to V, and this is mapping S, V to U. So T is a mapping from U to V and S is a mapping from V to U. So if I want ST, then ST will mapping from V to U. Sorry, ST will map from U to V. So if ST will map from U to V, then it's IV, and if TS, then IU. So conversely, let S and T exist with the property stated, that is this, and we have to prove that T is a non-singular. To prove that T is non-singular, that is, we have to prove that T is 1, 1 and onto. So we can prove any mapping to one if we have defined map, if we have a definition of that mapping. But here if we don't have a definition of that mapping, then we always use a theorem statement. We have statement which we have studied earlier, and that is if nullity of any mapping, if nullity of any what we can say nullity, if nullity contains only zero element, then we say that that mapping is a 1 1. So we will use that theorem to prove here T as a 1 1. So let U belongs to nullity of T be arbitrary. So we have taken any element, we have taken any element U belongs to nullity of T arbitrary. If U belongs to nullity of T, then T of U should be some zero element, and T maps to T is a mapping from U to V, so I can write over here theta V. You can write 0 also, but here we are using, in the place of 0 we are writing theta V. Theta V is nothing but standard notation for zero element only. So T of U is equal to theta V. Then if I take composition of S both the side, then S of T of U is equal to S of theta V. This implies, since we have a composition, so I can write S of T of U. This is nothing but theta U. This implies ST is, we have stated already that ST is nothing but IV. Sorry, it's IU. ST is IU of U is equal to theta V. This implies this U is nothing but theta V. That means we have taken U as element of nullity, but finally we are getting that U is nothing but itself 0 only. So we can conclude that the nullity contain element theta V. We have taken U belongs to nullity of T, and nullity of T contains U is equal to theta V. This implies nullity of T contains theta V element. This implies that T is 1 1. Now it's left to prove T is onto. Now to prove that T is onto, let V belongs to capital V be arbitrary. Then T of S of V is equal to Ts of V, which is nothing but IV of V, which is nothing but V. Since S is a mapping from V to U and SV belongs to capital U, then for any V belongs to V, there exists U is equal to S of U, which belongs to U, such that T of U is equal to V. This implies that T is onto. Always it is difficult to prove T any mapping to 1 1, but in onto you can directly write what is the definition onto. So we have proved that T is onto. So since T is 1 1, T is onto, hence we can say that T is non-singular. This implies T inverses exist, and if T inverses exist, so I can write T inverse of IV, which is equal to T inverse IV is nothing but Ts. So I can write T inverse Ts, which is equal to I U S. This implies T inverse is nothing but S, and similarly I can prove that S inverse is nothing but T. So we have proved the given statement of the theorem that if any mapping is non-singular, then obviously its inverses exist, and if any inverse of any mapping is exist, then surely it will be non-singular.